discussion on who we feel like deserves the Baddie chain. And I said Coco, but she feels as if like TT deserves it. Me and her can't come to an agreement.
Can you not say that? Can you sit your ass down, please?
Bitch, you ain't
Bring
gonna
the chain out.
Baddies Gone Wild, episode 12, titled The Finale. We made it all the way to the end, y'all. I can't believe that it was only 12 episodes, but I'm glad that they didn't drag it out. So, not complaining about that, okay? So, the episode starts off with the girls basically going to their outdoor activity that they said that they were going to do last week. So, they're split up into two different sprinters. So, they start talking about the chain thing. They ask Bahati, like, how do you feel about the chain? Bahati is like, yeah, I'm just so happy. And she says that her and Daisy have to work together to figure out who the third chain is gonna go to. Daisy is asking them, like, who do y'all think deserve the Baddies Gone Wild chain? Coco speaks up first. Coco is like, I think I deserve it. Why? Because I fought you, Daisy, 3 times, and ain't nobody else in this house fought you 3 times. Bahati fought Daisy 3 times. I'm pretty sure she fought her more than 3 times. She fought her outside, I think, twice, and then she fought her with the whole braid situation happened about 2 or 3 times. So I don't know that you're completely right about that, but like the reason why I think that you don't deserve the chain is because I feel like Coco was picky and choosy. Like, she acted like her eye injury was preventing her from fighting so she could never get her lick back on Daisy, but the whole time she was still fighting Jaden. Like, she literally swung and attacked Jaden how many times with her eye injury and everything. Then Jaden speaks up and Jaden's like, I think I deserve the chain because basically I don't give a F what anybody was saying. I never had no battery put in my back and I always stood up for myself, and they were like, yes you did have a battery put in your back in the beginning. But yeah, Jaden girl, do you deserve the chain? I don't think so. And and I love Jaden, okay? One of the prettiest girls in the house, and I love her personality. But I just feel like your friends, Oxy Pearl and Shay, they just stood on business a little bit more than you did. Just a little bit more than you did. You know, especially in the beginning when your arm was broken and all that. You already know, okay, girl? But yeah, honestly, like I said in my last video, I feel like the third chain needs to go to Oxy Pearl or Shay. They're the ones that held their own ground the whole time. They didn't become followers. They didn't have batteries put in their back. They didn't back down from fights. They didn't let anybody bully them, and they weren't picky choosy in their battles. Like, whoever stepped to them, they pretty much defended themselves. So that's why I think they should get the chain. One of them should get the chain. Hurricane M and TT are pretty much in their confessionals hating on the fact that Bahati got a chain. Like, Hurricane M's like, what do I gotta do? I gotta shave my head bald to get a chain? Like, no, girl, the fact that you said that just tells me that you are a hater. Why are y'all attacking this girl when she deserved the chain? It's not about shaving your head bald. It's about defending yourself and not being a bully. That's your problem. You think being a bully makes you bad? Girl, it's the opposite. Being a bully just shows how weak you are. So their big, huge activities that they're gonna go play soccer. Woo! Like, y'all brought me all the way to Brazil to play soccer. They divide the girls into 2 teams, the green team and a pink team. And then they had the nerve to make Big Ant the referee. And he had me cracking up. He was in the confessionals talking about, who decided to make me referee? I don't even know the rules of soccer. Like, literally. And then after that, he's like standing in the middle of the 2 teams. And the way he's talking just has me dying. He's talking to them like this is gladiators. Like, they're about to go fight their final battle. He said, green team, are you ready? Pink team, are you ready? Shay and Oxy Pearl are on the sidelines and they can be the cheerleaders because they are both injured. And yeah, they should not be trying to play soccer right now. Not with these stupid girls that will probably try to do something, you know. No, but they literally have an audience watching them. Like, in the background, there's all these Brazilian boys literally watching them. It's just so funny. Like, hello. If I was them, I'd be like, time out. I'm gonna go talk to the boys over here on the sideline. Y'all continue to play. Like, what are we doing? I will say, these girls were not playing soccer at all. They were carrying the ball with their hands. Like, it wasn't soccer, but you know, they were having fun. The Brazilian boys literally took their shirt off and were whipping it like this. They said, ole, 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 ole. So what does ole mean? Teach me something. Okay, so my girl Jaden actually made the final goal for the green team and green team won. Yeah, that was like cute overall. It was like a little fun bonding activity. I feel like they should have done this way earlier in the season though, like not on the final day. early because, you know, they forced the girls to actually work together and for some of the people that don't get along to get along. So I feel like if they did that a little bit earlier, it could have really changed up the dynamic in the house. We might have seen some different friend groups happening, but you know, it is what it is. At least they did something without fighting. And by the way, Ming Lee, what the is this wig that you have on? Like, I feel like Ming Lee is trying too hard to be different, you know? She's one of them girls. Eclectic. That's Ming Lee. But like, these wigs that you're choosing for these confessionals are just not it. Yeah, so they get on the Sprinter, they're going back home, and pretty much everything that I just said is what they're talking about. Like, they were so happy. They said this was better than the boat ride because they didn't have no drama. Janelle's is giving Jaden some credit. You know, Jaden never gets out of her shell, but she was out there helping us and all that. And Jaden and TT were working together. Like, this is exactly what I was saying before. Okay, so they finally make it back home. They're getting ready for the dinner that I thought they were going to a restaurant. No, they ain't going to no restaurant. The dinner is going to be at home. They don't even want to take these girls to a restaurant. And they had the nerve to be like, it's because we're too bad. They don't want to take us to a restaurant. I'm like, no, because they take baddies to restaurants all the time and they mess up all the time. Like, they just didn't want to take y'all to the restaurant. Okay, so they brought a chef to the house to cook for them and they're going to have dinner at the house. So Daisy says she's going to go meet up with Bahati to discuss basically who is going to be getting the third chain. Daisy basically asked Bahati, so yeah, talking about the chain, what is it that you like and don't like about the other girl? And Bahati literally says, I feel like Jaden does deserve the chain. Pause real quick, because why did Daisy go on Insta? Okay, she was on Instagram just the other day talking about, just so y'all know, Bahati never even recommended Jaden, Shay, or Oxy for the chain. Why did you lie like that on Instagram? Literally, she says right here, I feel like Jaden does deserve the chain. Girl, I should have known she was lying. Daisy was saying like, we had to push Jaden to be wild. Like, that's not somebody that deserves the chain. Yeah, y'all did have to push her to fight at times because she didn't want to fight. Then Bahati talks about TT, and Bahati says like, TT, I feel like, you know, she always dresses nice and she looks good, but then she says like, but the only thing that I don't like about TT is that like she doesn't listen and she jumps people. And Daisy's like, who did she jump? Like, Daisy, stop acting stupid because it's your friend. You know, this girl been jumping since day one. Literally day one she jumped in when Rella G's was fighting Bahati. She jumped in again when Rella G's was fighting Erica Raven. Like, what do you mean? Almost every single chance that she gets, the girl jumps in. Like I said before, I don't think TT deserves the Baddies Gone Wild chain because I feel like she was just a bully the whole season. All she did was fight Bahati and then fight Jaden over and over and over and over, despite Jaden not wanting to continue fighting with her. And the fact that TT got her beat by Daisy in the room, you know, when Bahati and Daisy tried to go take over their master bedroom, and TT did absolutely nothing about that. Like, how is that baddie behavior? She did nothing. She got her ass beat so bad by Daisy, it made her want to be like besties with Daisy. I would have said TT deserves the chain if TT handled that with Daisy, but no, literally no. She's picky and choosy. She picks and chooses to fight with the girls that she knows or thinks that she could beat. And then Daisy's gonna say about TT, this is Baddies Gone Wild, so like, that's gonna happen, you know, trying to justify it, right? Look how fast Daisy turns into a hypocrite. They start talking about Coco next. Bahati's literally like, I don't think Coco deserves a chain because she basically ain't do shit the whole time. Daisy's gonna say, well, she's been pretty neutral, so I think that's why she deserves a chain. And Bahati said, but this is Baddies Gone Wild, remember? Like you just said, it's Baddies Gone Wild. Coco comes off to me a little weak, just like TT, because I feel like Coco is another one of them that just immediately flocked to being Daisy's little sidekick after Daisy beat her up, basically. Like, the girl went from fighting Daisy to wanting to be her best friend. Never got her lick back. She didn't want to fight because of her injury, but then like she kept fighting Jaden the whole time too. So, you know, it's just like, I don't see that as baddie behavior. That's another picky choosy girl. Next, they talk about Hurricane M, and Daisy is literally like, I don't think Hurricane M deserves it. Even though she's been like popping her shit the whole time, she can't put aside her beef with Jaden, and that's why she doesn't deserve it. She was fixated on Jaden. Like, she did not stop. She never stopped with Jaden. If she would have had like more beefs in the house with different people, I think, you know, she might have had a chance there. But yeah, girl, once again, it's giving bully, and you know that you could beat Jaden, so that's why you keep going after her. So anyways, they leave the room, they go check to see if everybody is ready for this dinner to start. Okay, so all the girls come down. It's this really pretty pink spread. I guess the theme was white because the majority of them have on white dresses. Okay, Rella G's is being different. She got on pink. She matching the table and everything. I say, it's always that one girl that can't follow the directions, man. ma'am. You're supposed to be wearing white. So all the girls come down except for Jaden, Oxy, and Shay. They split up on 2 different sofas in 2 different parts of the house. These girls are so dumb. They're gonna start. They literally like heard the group doing wild bees take shots, and they're like, oh no, we could do that better, bigger. Come on, wild bees take shots. And the other room is like, they trying to outdo us right now. What the? Come on, wild bees take. Like, they're so dumb. It was funny though. Where are the pretty girls, Jaden, Oxy, and Shay? Like, what is y'all doing? Fashionably late, I see. And yeah, Jaden also is not wearing white, so I'm just assume that Jaden and Rella G's didn't have anything white to wear. TT tried. At least she had white in her outfit. Okay, so they finally sit down at the table. Daisy, the leader, leads off. She's literally sitting at like, the head of the table, and she's like, you guys all look so cute. She's literally talking to them like they're her children. She's like, I'm just so proud of you guys. Like, we haven't been able to look cute the whole season, but you guys look amazing tonight. Does anybody have anything that they want to say before we start off? Okay, so TT starts off and she's like, I just want to know, why did y'all, the pretty girls she's talking to, be in your room the whole time that you were there? Which is kind of funny, like totally something that I would do too, because I don't like y'all. You want me to sit with people that I don't like? Oxy Pearl's like, because I just didn't feel comfortable. Like, Oxy Pearl also like has on this bright orange hair that matches her bright orange shirt. And I just don't know how I feel about that. And Jaden was like, because I feel like the opposite side was just against us the whole time. So like, yeah, what am I supposed to do? Hurricane M is in her confessional still being obsessed with Jaden. She's like, just every time Jaden opens her mouth, it just makes me angry. I just want to, I can't stand this girl. It's like, what? She didn't even say your name. She's referring to everybody, all y'all's group. Why does she make you that angry, Hurricane M? Jaden didn't put a name on it, girl. But anyways, Jaden is so over it. She's like, no, like, I'm not about to argue with you right now, girl. Stop. And Rilla G is gonna ask Hurricane, do you think there's ever a chance that like you can squash it and be friends with Jaden? And Hurricane M straight up said, no, I would never be in the same room as Jaden in Texas. So yeah, like I said before, y'all, this is what jealousy looks like. And yeah, Jaden is like, well, why does the topic always have to be about me, girl? Like, and then Hurricane M said, because you always insert yourself in stuff. Like, how did she insert herself? A question was asked to them. They asked them, why did you sit in your room the whole time and eat? And she answered. She didn't insert herself. You're the one that inserted yourself because you felt triggered. You felt butthurt because you thought that she was talking about you directly, but she was referring to all y'all group. Hurricane M is she's doing too much right now, the whole time, but like right now. Okay, so Coco speaks up right now and she's like, hold on, I just want to know who got a problem with Coco in here? And they all are laughing like, girl, what? And then she just gives this whole speech on why she thinks that she deserves the chain, right? So Coco says basically that nobody ever had to tell her to go get in the paint. She never tried to act like something that she's not, that she never egged shit on. So that's why she believes she deserves the chain. And everybody at the table was like, yeah, like the girl just gave like an Emmy Awards speech. Like, why are y'all clapping? It wasn't even that good. Like I said before, I just disagree because I feel like Coco was picky and choosy. Like, honestly, I don't think that anybody that follows after Daisy should get the chain because you're just a follower and you are Coco. You never got your lick back. So what that looks like you got scared after y'all fought and you said, ooh, I need to be her friend because I don't want to be on her bad side because she could beat my ass. That's what it looks like, okay? And you did that the whole season long. Honestly, between Hurricane M, Coco, and TT, I feel like they're all kind of the same for me. I don't feel like they deserve a chain tonight, but possibly in the future, yeah, I could see them getting a chain. There was other girls that were standing on business more than they were, like Oxyboro and like Shay. And then the most disappointing thing about Coco's speech was the fact that Bahati in her confessionals literally like got persuaded by it. She was like, I'm not gonna lie, like in the beginning I wasn't really feeling like Coco deserved the chain and I wanted to give it to Jaden, but after hearing her speech, I think Coco's right. I said, huh? Bahati, what the hell has gotten into you? Why did that little speech move you so much? It wasn't even that good. It was literally the most basic boo-boo speech I've ever heard. Like, she didn't say nothing. Okay, so Bahati and Daisy stand up to go deliberate on who's gonna get the third chain. But before Bahati leaves, she literally said, listen, I know some of y'all thought that I didn't deserve the chain, but just so y'all know, I got it and it's here. And apparently she was looking straight up at TT and Rella G's. And I said, yes, Bahati, because TT was being a hater, big time hater, rub it in her face, like do it again. Make her mad. So they sit down and Bahati literally straight up says like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like Coco deserves the chain now more than Jaden. Okay, all right, sure. She was moved, captivated by the speech. I'm trying to figure out at what point of the speech. Maybe it was when Coco was like, I'm not a materialistic girl, I don't have much, but I want that chain. Like maybe that's what did it for her, I guess. Then Daisy pulls a Uno reverse and she's like, okay, well, actually, I think that the person who deserves it more than Coco is Titi. Like, damn. She was trying to agree with you, Daisy, and here you go. You just couldn't agree. You couldn't have it be peaceful. Daisy is, I can't. I can't with Daisy and her bullshit lies. Like, so Daisy's like, you know, I feel like Titi was just being real last night and that's why she deserves the Baddies Gone Wild chain, because a lot of girls were probably thinking what she was thinking, you know, but they would never say it out loud. So like, she's brave because she admitted that she's a jealous biatch out loud, and like that's why she deserves it. And like, you know, even though, you know, she was mad, she was still able to like congratulate you guys. And you know, and I said, Daisy, what the F are you talking about? That is not what we saw at all. We literally seen Bahati go hug Titi and Titi didn't hug her back. We literally seen Titi call out many times talking about this bitch got embarrassed on TV. That's what deserves the chain. I didn't see her congratulate Bahati one time. She congratulated you, but she did not congratulate Bahati. When did that happen? I missed that. Like I said, Daisy thinks the whole world revolves around her. So in Daisy's mind, like, yeah, Titi did congratulate both of them. And Titi was acting like a baddie, being a crybaby over a chain. By the way, y'all made me laugh on social media because y'all was like, how is a chain gonna get you out of the hood, TT? Out of the ghetto? Like, it's just one chain. It's not $1 million. It's not even 100K. Like, but anyways, so Bahati is like, I feel like there was certain areas where TT hasn't really been baddie like, and Daisy's gonna say so. Well, like, you're here to assist me, okay? Bahati said, assist? What the who's here to assist who? You're here to assist me. No. I'm not your assistant, girl. This is Daisy being on her high horse again. This is Daisy thinking she's the center of the universe. They start getting into an argument. Daisy is getting pissed off. She's like, listen, let me talk. I don't like when people talk over me. Bahati literally like moved back like this. And Daisy's gonna say, you trying to hit me? Like, Daisy, you know that girl not trying to hit you. Read her body language. She moved away from you. That is not somebody that wants to hit you. Like, you're trying so hard to start an argument. You're trying so hard to fight Bahati right now. Like, low-key, I think that's what was in Daisy's mind. Like, she was like, whatever Bahati says, I'm going to say the opposite so that we can fight. Because she wasn't even talking about TT before. She was saying she wanted Coco. When Bahati agreed Coco, now she wants TT. But if Bahati say, okay, give it to TT, she would have said somebody else. Yeah, so Daisy tries to dress it up nicely by saying like, listen, I'm not a hater. I feel like you deserve that chain, Bahati. You deserved it and I deserved it. And the third person that deserves it is TT. So like, let's not be these jealous ass, weird ass, okay, let's not be haters and let's give it to her. Bahati's like, no, I don't want to give it to her. And Daisy's like, I don't know what vendetta you have against her. Bahati's like, I don't got no vendetta against her. Like, yeah, hello, what are you talking about? It's the opposite. Ask your friend TT what vendetta she has against Bahati. Like, what the f are you talking about? I really have to believe that Daisy does this shit on purpose because she's trying to create drama, because, you know, she's trying to like make the show more interesting or something, because I cannot believe that she's really like this in real life. She can't be this delusional and this like self-centered. There's no way. Daisy says once again, I'm in charge of giving the chain, and Bahati's like, no, it's we are in charge of giving the chain. So anyways, Daisy gets up. She's like, well, I know who I'm giving my chain to, and that's it. Daisy gets up and walks off. Bahati immediately starts taking off her heels. Bahati said, well, I know what time it is. They return back to the dinner table. Bahati leads and she says, okay, so me and Daisy had a discussion on who we think deserves the chain, and I said Coco, and Daisy thinks Titi, and we cannot come to an agreement. Daisy immediately gets mad and she's like, can you not say that? Say what? The truth? Is that not what happened? Somebody help me here. What world does Daisy live in? Is she not on Earth with the rest of us? Is that not exactly what happened? I think Daisy was probably just jealous that Bahati stood up and is like being a leader in this moment, and she got mad and she just like had to say something. She's like, can you not say that? Can you just sit down? You're not the leader. I'm the leader. How dare you try to speak up right now? Like, oh my God, Daisy's too much. Wow, the way that Daisy tried to turn this around. Daisy literally said, you didn't choose Coco for the chain. You didn't choose Coco for the chain. You said Coco didn't deserve the chain. Like, just emphasizing like the first talk that they had. And Bahati was like, yeah, no, I said we had a conversation about every single girl. We brought up what we like and don't like about them. And I said Coco is a baddie, but she's been too neutral. After her speech, like I said, yeah, I think she does deserve a chain right now. Like, makes sense. Daisy's trying to twist it and make it seem like, no, you never wanted Coco to get the chain, but I convinced you to pick Coco. I'm the one that put your name on the roster. Yes, Coco, you brought her name up first, but Bahati literally changed her mind because she heard Coco's speech. Now Coco the dummy is proving that she's not a baddie because she's literally getting brainwashed up by Daisy in this moment, and she's turning against Bahati. She's literally like, oh, you thought that I didn't deserve the chain? Oh, like without hearing the rest of what Bahati said. Like, initially, yes, Coco, but then she heard your speech and she said you do deserve the chain. So why are you ignoring that whole second half of the story, ma'am? So Daisy's like, Natalie said I am the one that gets to pick who gets the chain, and Bahati's like, no, she didn't. And then they go to the clip of what Natalie said. Natalie said, whoever I give this next chain to is going to help Daisy choose who gets the third chain. Daisy in her head understood that as like, okay, I get to choose and the other person is just going to be my assistant. But that's not what Natalie meant. Natalie meant that y'all are going to work together to make the decision together. Daisy is just purposely manipulating Natalie's words here. I think she understood what Natalie was saying and what Natalie meant, but you know, she gonna twist it for her favor. So Coco gets up. This girl wants to fight Bahati now. She's literally like, you want me to fight you right now? You want me to fight you right now? Like, she just looks so dumb. And you just look so desperate, honestly. Like, you're just doing this right now because you're so desperate to get the chain. But like the whole season, you weren't doing nothing. So why do you want to fight right now, girl? Why? Coco stands up. She knocks shit off the table. Bahati is looking at her and she's like, okay, I'm about to take my chain off because you're not about to snatch my chain. I already know what's about to happen. Oxypro helps her take her chain off. They got to fight right now. And I'm just like, ugh. This was another fight caused by Daisy. Another fight. And Coco, you just look like a fool. You really do. You want to fight Bahati because Bahati didn't pick you initially, but she picked you finally. That's the most important thing. She ultimately picked you. Daisy's the one that changed her mind and didn't want to give it to you. So who's the person that you should be fighting? It should be Daisy, not Bahati. Coco literally goes to Bahati. They square up. They start fighting. I see Bahati, boom, she hit Coco in the face. Coco got some hits in. Bahati was swinging. She got some hits in. They go off to the side of the table. Now they're just kind of like wrestling each other. They literally fell into the girls. Like, the girls had to get up. They fell onto the floor. I really feel like that fight was a tie, and that's not just me being biased, but like, I guess if I had to give it to somebody, Coco would be, because Coco fell on top. You know, when they fell to the ground, Coco was on top. I guess I would give it to Coco. Oh my gosh, they square up again. Round 2. Here we go. These girls never can just do one round. They both swinging. They both kind of missing. Security broke that up real fast, as they should, and I'm really like, why are y'all letting these two girls fight? Bahati should not have been allowed to fight for the whole remainder of the season for what happened to her, and Coco is literally still injured. Like, one hit to that eye and it could go very wrong for her. But anyways, Bahati starts picking up some glass from the table and throwing it at Coco. Daisy's gonna come out of nowhere like, she throwing glass. She comes charging at Bahati. I said, if somebody doesn't get that, oh my God, somebody better hold her back, because why are you trying to insert yourself right now, girl? Coco's going crazy. She's having a temper tantrum right now. She's trying to do all of this right now because she wants a chain, which just looks really pathetic on camera. Anyways, they calm everybody down, sit them down, and they're having like ending thoughts right now. Like, Bahati's like, okay, so in my experience, I learned a lot, and just like, okay, what about the chain? What happened to that? Shay and Oxypro don't give a shit. They're just hungry. Jaden didn't give a shit. She's like, I don't care. Next, it gets to Cupcake. Cupcake's talk about some, all right, well, I feel like Daisy deserved the chain and Bahati did not. I feel like it should have been my bitch, Hurricane M or TT. Shut the up and sit your ass down, because where the did all of this come from right now? Weren't you just scary in the last few episodes? You were just so scared to fight Janelle's the last couple episodes. They had to literally force you to fight. Like, the girls that you are writing for right now are literally the girls that forced you to fight when you didn't want to fight Janelle's. They made you cry. You were literally crying, telling us about your trauma because they forced you to fight. These are the girls that you want to back? Like, you just look so dumb right now. And then Cupcake's gonna get up and start charging at Bahati. I'm like, what are you doing? Bahati didn't even get up. I noticed that too, like when Bahati was throwing the glass at Coco, Cupcake immediately grabbed a glass too and was trying to throw it at Bahati. Like, where did all this energy come from? Who is this Cupcake? Girl, you are the most scariest one there. Don't try to act like you bout it right now. And Cupcake literally says in her confessionals, coming into this season, I didn't think that I was gonna have to fight as much as I did. I'm like, girl, you fought Bahati and then you fought Janelle's because they literally pulled it out of you. You didn't fight that much. I think everybody fought more than her. Janelle says her goodbye. She said she's gonna miss Hurricane M and Gloss Up the most. I was like, not Erica Raven? I thought Erica Raven was your friend. Like, girl. Anyways, Gloss Up goes next. She's another one that's trying to be, you know, about it now in the final hours of the season. Like, she pretty much attacks Oxy and Shay. Like, girl, bye. She's gonna say, Shay, I feel like you're a p-. How is Shay a p-? Because she beat your ass? She literally dragged you face down in the sand. You are the p-, not her. And she's gonna say, Oxy, I just feel like you want to insert yourself in some shit. You inserted yourself in Ming's drama from the very beginning. Like, you literally went up to go fight Shay because of Ming. You're the one inserting. You're the one who's the p-. Everything that you said is about you. Then Ming Lee says her goodbyes. Gonna say some, take that chain at the reunion. Take that chain at the reunion. Ming Lee was another disappointment. You know, I feel like Gloss Up and Ming Lee were pretty disappointing. Ming Lee came in with so much energy. I just thought she was going to be much more than what she was. She ended up just being a follower of the Mean Girls, which was pretty disappointing to see. Rolla G starts talking about Bahati. I'm like, you see, without the pretty girls, there would be no show. Literally, the pretty girls didn't say nothing about the other side. They said, we're hungry, we just want to leave, goodbye. The Mean Girls all had something to say about the pretty girls. Like, they are y'all's storyline. Rolla G is gonna talk about some, Bahati, you're scary because you had to take off your chain before you caught Coco because you knew it would get snatched. Like, do you even know what you're saying anymore? Girl, it doesn't even make sense. Who doesn't take off their jewelry when they're gonna fight someone? Like, Hurricane M stands up talking about Bahati, talking about Bahati, you only got that chain because you shaved your head bald and me and you never fought, but if we did, I would have you like TT, like blah, 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 blah. Like I said, this show would be nothing without the pretty girls. TT actually was like the only person that had a little bit of common sense from the Mean Girls. She said, I'm chilling, I don't even care about the chain today. Like, I wanted my chain from Natalie. That was like a statement for me. Ew. And then Coco gets up, she does her speech, she just starts talking shit about Bahati, and she go turn around and pull her pants down. Bahati said, pull that up, girl. What are you doing? Nobody wanted to see that. Daisy goes next. Daisy's like, okay, this is what I want to say. Bahati say, hey, you're just a fat bitch. You're just a fat bitch. It just made me laugh. Like, call her the fuck out, Bahati, because she literally has been doing you so wrong this whole time. Like, so wrong. She deserves it. Daisy deserves all this and more. She deserves more. All right, so the dinner is over, and that is a wrap on Baddies Gone Wild. I know they just filmed the reunion Thursday, like a couple days ago, so hopefully we get the reunion next week and we don't gotta wait. Usually Zeus like waits a week.